Roxanne is now the new one half of the new tag team champions. Raquel is literally like, nah. But I feel like now Raquel's really going to have to choose.
I just like the outfit in general, because when I was talking to her in Vegas, she was saying how she wants to experiment more with her clothes, and I was just like, girl, you doing it, you know, just have fun, take risks. And she was like, I will. I was like, okay, girl.
Was talking about Penta's interference in the match. How he hit his whole dance.
That's always
the Fiero Miedo. And it was just like,
that
Penta,
is always
Penta,
so.
hey.
Are you here for the rescue or not?
Come to the front, Roman. Because at this point, you were not allowed to take any more time off.
Queen PR, Krista B, those wrestling girls, TWG, Black Excellence, making it effortless, podcast bringing up women in wrestling.
What's going on, everybody? It's your favorite girls, those wrestling girls. It's your girl, Krista B.
And Queen PR.
And we are back with another episode of Those Wrestling Girls, brought to you by the Revolt Creative Network. How you been, girl?
I've been good. Yeah, I've been good. I've been traveling. So this week, and it's a holiday week, so I'm just like, why? I just still be on vacation.
It is a holiday weekend. It's a 3-day weekend because 4th of July is on a Friday.
Yep.
So it's a 3-day weekend, although, you know, the holiday's not meant for us.
We're going to take y'all day off, though.
Oh, yeah, for sure, because whatever, because why not?
Fuck July 4th.
Definitely not for us, but we're definitely going to take off. But a lot of stuff has happened in the week that you were away. A lot of wrestling has taken place.
Yes.
We have JobberSlam that took place. We have Ashe Wrestling that also took place in North Carolina that you were attending. We had Night of Champions.
Yes.
And there was a lot of discourse about Night of Champions happening.
Mm-hmm.
And then there was a huge announcement that Royal Rumble is actually going to Saudi Arabia for 2026. Well, thank you, WWE, for letting me know, because I could save my coin.
And that was rumored, and we were like, nah, they're not going to do it, but...
Yeah, it was definitely rumored about them not doing it. But I want to get into Night of Champions because it's going to lead into us talking about Royal Rumble before we talk about the good stuff of Ashe and JobberSlam. So we saw Night of Champions come and go. Night of Champions, we saw that Rhea kept her undefeated streak against Raquel Rodriguez, even with the interference of Roxanne Perez. Put that bitch in the trash.
Yep.
Or put the trash on her. Whatever. However I said it on my TWG congregates. It's still valid. But then we also seen Asuka and Jade in the finals for the Queen of the Ring, and Jade ended up winning, which predicted. And let me tell you how my predictions were so off, except for the women.
Oh.
I really thought that Jacob was going to retain.
I did too.
Like, why does Solo just proves his point that he a punk ass?
Ooh.
And he can't do things by himself.
Ooh.
He can't stand on 10 toes like Jacob. Let's get into it. Let's get into it. Yada I mean, Solo.
I was
on
shocked.
10.
I thought that he was going to retain, even with the nonsense. We got a new Uso. I call them the little Usos. We got a new Uso that came through, which also I kind of was like, because I think Solo also debuted on an international show. So I was like, okay, we got another one. All right, let's see what y'all got.
I think Solo debuted at Night of Champions as well.
Yep. So that's fun. Adding more to the bloodline per se. The Rhea and Raquel match, I was surprised at how much I enjoyed it.
I wasn't. If you follow their run at in NXT, like their rivalry, like they put on some bangers of a match.
I was, I'm not really sold on Raquel, but that match made me be like,
but this gave her a moment to like stand on her own to get out of Liv's shadow.
For sure, because this could be like such a big opportunity for Raquel. Like, injuries obviously suck, but in wrestling, they could also offer like a huge opportunity. So Raquel, if she plays this right while Liv is out, she can, I think, like kind of rise up above. Kind of where she is now. Because a lot of obviously not everyone, but a lot of people were like, oh, Raquel. But I think like that match with Rhea and if she continues to kind of do what she's doing, I think she could like really get over with fans in a way like she hasn't before.
Yeah, I agree. I definitely agree. Roxanne is becoming a mosquito you can't kill. She's becoming a roach, like a cockroach. Like, girl, go somewhere.
I hope Rhea moves on. Because, like, I feel like she's been battling Judgment Day for, like, 800 years now.
She's facing Iyo for the championship. Iyo came out.
Love it.
Iyo came out on Monday Night Raw and was like, because Rhea opened, and she was like, I want to face the best. So I think they're facing for the championship at Evolution. So definitely,
that's gonna be huge.
Definitely, Judgment Day is behind Rhea Ripley.
I also really liked Io's outfit on Monday. It was really cute. She had like a little diamond type of halter top.
You know, I don't pay attention to the outfits. Them things,
the
symbolism and stuff be going over my head until I be seeing it on Twitter.
No,
that's what that was.
I just like the outfit in general because when I was talking to her in Vegas, she was saying how she wants to experiment more with her clothes, and I was just like, "Girl, you doing it? You know, just have fun, take risks." And she was like, "I will." I was like, "Okay, girl." And then seeing I think she is taking risks, and I really like what she's doing. Jade winning, kind of saw that coming. I wouldn't have been mad if Asuka won.
No, I would have.
I love Asuka and give her all the accolades.
No.
But I did enjoy that match. Jade surprised me in that match as well because I was like, wow, they are really killing it.
I would have been upset if Asuka won because it's just like you're giving her. First of all, you already put her in the semifinals or quarterfinals or whatever to advance. And she just came back. Cool. I feel like sometimes they don't give the returning celebrities, the returning superstars, the actual time to actually like build themselves up to be in said matches or to be, not saying that Asuka needed to be all the way down, but at the same time, it's just better if somebody else could have took that slot. But, you know, Jade and Asuka definitely did put on a good match. Of course, there was discourse about, Asuka carried Jade. Jade didn't deserve that.
Jade is green and Asuka's a vet. So there's going to be a certain amount of carrying. That's not a bad thing.
But also, Jade she tweaked her knee in the match. So you have to carry the other opponent to make it.
And I hate when people say shit like that too, because like that's wrestling. If I'm in the ring with someone as skilled and experienced as Asuka, I want you to lead the match. I want to learn from you. Like I want to who else would lead the match? Jade?
Right.
Like it just doesn't make any sense. But guess what? Jade is now a better wrestler after being in the ring with Asuka. And it was a dream match for Jade. I mean, honestly, if you want to be something in women's wrestling, and you don't want to wrestle, Asuka is somebody that you definitely want to be in the ring with. And I think they put on a good match. And it's funny because everybody's like, "Oh, who did carry Jade?" Like, have you wrestled?
Never.
Never. Have you wrestled it? Like, this is probably at this point in Jade's career one of her biggest matches, and I think that she did a phenomenal job. Now, if those want to nitpick, then it's like, why you watching?
Yeah, that's true. And then another discussion that was being held on wrestling Twitter, which I feel like I kind of agree with, is the fact that Saudi and some of these international crowds do not like black women.
Absolutely.
They don't. And I know we've talked about it, we've said it a few times on this platform.
Yep.
But to see that Jade won and they booed her, and she came to come back like boo your mama.
Right.
And she gave that phenomenal speech in the middle of the ring after winning. They don't like black women, but I also feel like the way that women are treated in these other countries in general. Like, after the very first time a WWE event was held in Saudi Arabia and they had the first two women have a match out there, then the women were able to start driving, get their driver's licenses and stuff like that or whatever. After all of these years, you wait until, 2016, 2017 to allow women the freedom to drive?
That's crazy.
That's crazy. But the fact that, and it blows my mind because a lot of these men, they have daughters, they have mothers, they have wives, and they have sisters, and they'll protect them and their immediate family to go out and treat somebody else.
Yep.
So I'm just like, the math is not mathing. It never adds up.
It's shocking that WWE, I mean, obviously money is the fucking language that everybody speaks, and Saudi, they're gonna fucking give the money. But I feel like having Royal Rumble there is so odd to me because of the crowd the crowd reaction for me in the Royal Rumble is the biggest thing. So if they are just booing people of color just to boo them, what does that do for like the experience of watching Royal Rumble?
It doesn't do
you know
anything.
what I mean? Like they were booing Bianca when she was like a babyface champion for like no reason. And we, like you said, we talked about it on the show, and you want to like kind of not always be like, oh, they're racist, but like after a certain point, you gotta kind of ask like,
are they
why
racist?
Why are we booing? You know, like why are we actually booing Jade? Like let's be real. Like she won this match. You know, like she was. I don't want to say the underdog because I think everybody knew she was going to win. But at the same time, it's like this is her first, like, one of her own, like, singles. Like, she has made history now in WWE as one of the first Black Queen of the Ring. Also, shout out to the Big Three. They all accomplished amazing things.
Yep.
Naomi winning Money in the Bank, Jade winning Queen of the Ring, and
Bianca
it's like
won Elimination Chamber.
Like how are we, you know, still at this place where the three of them were all actively booed in the last year, and it makes zero fucking sense. And I don't think WWE's partnership with Saudi is ending anytime soon.
It's not, and it's not going to be a good thing for fans, for us, because. Yeah. It's going to be a point where...
Unless you live in Saudi.
No, not even just, like, going out there or, like, it's just, like, us watching. Like, we're not going to take to more of the disrespect of, like, the women, the disrespect of Black people.
Like, do we go to those shows?
Like, we don't go to those shows. And then for us, like, you still want us to watch it. You still want your viewerships up. And a lot of y'all money, a lot of the money comes from Black people now. Like... Once that stops, it's just like y'all gonna have to revamp, and that'll be sad to see. But I do want to say congratulations to Jade, because now this kind of throws my this got my wheels turning, right? Because we already know they both, Naomi and Jade, both have. Well, let me say this: Jade definitely has a title match at SummerSlam. Mm-hmm. Naomi is Miss Money in the Bank.
She can cash in.
She can cash in at any time.
Whenever she wants. And when are we getting that custom brief? Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, yeah. We need that briefcase.
Yeah.
And then when Bianca comes back, we probably need to see a triple threat. Please, something. We need a triple threat between them. Or we got to figure out, we really got to get to the bottom of this Bianca, Jade, and Naomi situation. Because it's long overdue at this point. We know that we probably would have got to the bottom of it way before if Bianca didn't break her knuckle at WrestleMania. But everything happens for a reason, you know. But I do think that we're going to get to it, and it's all going to come to a head at SummerSlam.
Yeah.
Which is in Jersey, which is in our backyard, which we'll be there for. So, yeah. The main event, Night of Champions. Wait, let me just say, I was surprised that Cody Rhodes and Randy Orton opened the show.
Me too.
I was very surprised at that.
Me too.
And one thing about them international fans, they gonna sing your song like they wrote it.
Oh, yeah.
And the way they were singing Randy's song...
They probably been waiting for that moment.
Like, the way they were singing Randy's song was chef's kiss, love it. But then the main event, we had we have CM Punk and John Cena. I really thought I thought that Punk may have won. And then Seth Rollins would have came and cashed in. But then again, I forgot that Seth Rollins was even there or missed the Money in the Bank until his music hit. And then...
shout out to his suit.
Shout out King Troy.
That suit was everything.
King Troy, I'm tired of talking to you. I'm tired of asking you about custom stuff. Like, at this point, you don't love us anymore. But I love the fact that besides the interference from Solo's... Oh, no, I'm sorry. Wrong people. I'm still thinking of that fucking Solo and Jacob Fatu match. The interference was... We already knew it was going to be Bronson Reed, Braun Breaker. The fact that... And Mark Henry and... Who was it? Dave LaGreca? Was talking about Penta's interference in the match. How he hit his whole dance.
That's always
the Cierro Miedo.
Funny.
And it was just like,
that
Penta,
is always
Penta,
so...
hey.
Are you here for the rescue or not?
Right, like you have to gauge when it's time to hit it.
I know if I'm getting beat up in the ring and I hear your music hit, I'm waiting for your ass to come save me.
It's no... I get it. But at the same time, you can't be shimmying while your man's in them is getting their ass beat.
That's like Rhea Ripley did that in NXT.
Oh, yes.
and I think either Bianca. She was coming to somebody's
and Charlotte.
Yes, and she did her whole entrance,
the foot and everything.
She was like, "I'm gonna do my whole thing, and then I'm gonna run and see if you're okay." And I just remember,
but that looked like, so
Rhea.
But that looked so. That didn't look like watching the clip now. That didn't. It looked like it was two clips put together. It never looked like it was original.
Yep.
Like I don't think that really happened. And if it did, let us know. But I do not think that really happened. Because Rhea ain't about to do no whole entrance.
That
or
shit
whatever.
Was so
and I don't even think she came out for Bianca nor Charlotte because of the fact like that's when Charlotte was trying to go after her belt
I know she was meant to save somebody from getting beat up and legit did her whole entrance. And everybody on Twitter was like, not Rhea doing her whole entrance.
I think they put that together
such is getting beat up.
AI is such a crazy thing. A video editing, you got some good video editors out there, but I don't think that was a real thing. I really think it was just two things. Because if you look at the camera angles, here go the editing part of me. If you look at the camera angles and stuff, it just don't correlate. It ain't right. But Penta, we're gonna need to talk because
that was so funny.
It was funny, and I'm just like, wait a minute, what? And then when he hit that spear or whatever he hit off the stage and had call it Braun and Sammy. Sammy was the casualty, but even Sami Zayn came out, and I was surprised at that. And then Seth Rollins comes, tries to cash in, fails at cashing in. John Cena picks up the win after CM Punk got hit. That poor baby got hit with the suitcase and the curb stomp. The briefcase. I'm just, oh my God. But John Cena picks up the win. Last time Saudi will be seeing him.
But to think we're already more than halfway done his last year. He's almost done the tour.
Yeah, he's almost finished.
Which is crazy.
Right.
I'm glad we got to see him live in his last year.
Oh yeah, at Raw and Mania. Hopefully SummerSlam too. But yeah, if you go to the TWG's TikTok and Instagram, I did a TWG Congregates, and I rated that pay-per-view an 8 out of 10.
It was good.
It was a really good pay-per-view.
I think it was really good. Like from top to bottom. I really enjoyed both of the women's matches. I know Cody was gonna win, but I'm just like, really?
I didn't know who was going to win out of that match, to be honest with you.
I would have been excited.
It would have been fun either way for me on that one.
Know? Yeah. I think I might just be like a little over Cody.
You want to be the first one?
Just a tad. And then when I thought he was taking a little time off and then he came back and I was like, oh, I guess not.
Speaking of people taking time off. Roman.
Oh, he just had another baby.
Come to the front, Roman. Because at this point, you were not allowed to take any more time off. Every time you take time off, you popping out a kid. Congratulations to you and the missus.
Nigga got 6 kids now.
No, they don't. They have 7.
Oh, I read they had 6. They had 2 sets of twins and a boy, and then they just had another boy.
And you forgot about JoJo, the girl. His oldest.
I thought that was the 5th, but maybe I'm wrong.
So it's JoJo, 2 sets of twins. So that was what, 5? Maybe it is 6. Who knows?
I mean, that's still a lot.
It's too many of y'all. You're not trying to ever retire.
Jacob Fatu got 7.
They're not trying to ever retire because we know the economy is ghetto. We don't get no pay raises out here. And everything's going up except for the paychecks. So please, at this point, in the words of my friend Lovely, shout out to Lovely, you need your tubes tied.
Yeah, that shit is crazy.
He don't even got tubes.
He needs to tie something up.
Tie him up.
I don't see him stopping anytime soon. That's the funny part. Because my thing is, if Roman was my husband, I would be like, you want to get on top?
I mean, I get it. But at the same time, it's like y'all treating this shit like the pandemic again. Well, everything y'all was doing was
having
making
2 sets
babies.
Of twins should have been like like maybe I should stop.
I should stop.
2 sets of twins?
You know,
that's crazy.
You know, once a woman has twins, it's more likely, like, every time she gets pregnant, they multiply. It can become triplets, quadruplets.
Imagine.
Yeah. I can't even go further. I keep going. I'm skipping 5, but sextuple, it could go up. So imagine if this set was triplets. At this point, Roman, you can never retire.
Yeah. That's why he like, well, I don't know if the salary shit is true, but that's probably why he like, I'm gonna need my money.
He gonna need something.
Like, I have kids now. He can say that. Who used to say that? I got kids. Roman can now be like, I got kids.
But Heath Slater, they claim he had 10.
Oh my God.
He ain't nowhere near that yet.
Oh my God. We can't even joke about that because that fucking bloodline will grow to 10 kids.
That bloodline's, first of all,
we never see her.
That bloodline is already about 50 kids deep.
And Rikishi has 7 kids. So we could still have little Usos popping up.
We do have little Usos popping up.
Just debuting over the years. But congratulations, Roman.
Congratulations to Roman,
that's really sweet. And it's good to know, like, that's probably why he's been taking a little bit more time off. I do like that when his wife has a baby, like, he'll take some time and, like, be there or whatever.
He's like, give me my paternity leave.
Yeah.
'Cause I'm not playing.
Period.
Give me my paternity leave.
Period. But I'm happy about that.
Yeah, so I'm happy about that. Monday Night Raw, real quick, before we get into the excitement of what we went to over the last weekend. The feud between Bayley, Lyra, and Becky is heating up.
I kind of am digging it.
I'm digging it too. I'm loving it. Well, damn. So, here's me right here. Judgment Day.
Ooh.
Roxanne Perez is new. Took Liv's spot. Basically what Naomi did with Jade or whatever when Bianca was tag team champs. Roxanne is now one half of the new tag team champions. Raquel is literally like, nah. But I feel like now Raquel's really going to have to choose when Liv comes back. And it's going to put her in a predicament where she doesn't want to choose. Because Roxanne is going to help her. Liv has helped her in the past. It's going to put her in some shit.
It really is.
It's going to put her in some stuff where she's going to be like, I don't know who to choose. But Finn Balor, on the other hand, a little sneaky stuff.
I was just going to say, he seems so sneaky and so
about
shady.
it. Yeah.
Like, every time he's like, Liv is going to love this. And then, they linger on him a little bit. And I'm like, yo.
And you see the faces. And
he's trolling. And he know that when Liv come back, this shit going to be chaotic. And he is here for that.
Yeah.
I feel like now that he has gold, I think he feels like he has a little bit of power to be like, nah, this is gonna go down.
And the whole faction got gold.
Yeah.
Dominik is IC champ. Finn and Funko Pop is new tag team champions, and then Raquel and Roxanne are the women's tag team champions.
Is this the first time they all had gold
together? I believe so. Yeah,
without Liv. See, that could be something they bring up. So I could see Finn being like, well, when you were here, we weren't as successful.
Just like they did with Rhea. The
pattern.
Sometimes we love a good pattern.
We do, because like people are mixy, people are messy
as hell.
Fucking Damage Control. The Judgment Day has been. They fucking turned on their founder. Like they're built on fucking trading
over there,
trading on each other and shit like that. I like it.
Now he over there on that side, lost, don't know what to do himself.
And then you got the love triangle too, because I think they're gonna do something with like Dom, Liv, and Roxanne.
Dom says stop giving Triple H ideas on Twitter.
Because people already been fucking writing that shit. Also, I know I say all the time, like, Dom has the best job of life. Like, you come to work and you're either fake dating Rhea Ripley or you're fake dating Liv Morgan. Now you got Roxanne possibly throwing at you. Like, he honestly has the best job in WWE. He's oozing
BDE, although I feel like he got little DE.
I mean, are you thinking about that video of them like all of Judgment Day with their titles, and then he comes at the end and he's like this with the belt? Oh, okay. I was just like,
that's just how I feel of him. Period.
Oh, okay. I mean, he is Eddie Guerrero's son. Ooh.
How about right here?
See, I was gonna say something, but I'm like, I don't know if it's appropriate. I was gonna say, Dom, you gotta have to prove her wrong. I was just kidding.
You ain't gotta prove shit to me. Who am I? Nobody. Don't show me nothing. I don't care.
I'm actually good on that.
Listen, that's between you and your wife and your three mistresses.
This is what I thought you were thinking about. Because like, why you doing that? Why you doing that? So I thought that's why you said that.
That's LDE all over it.
I love Roxanne in this. I love that she's holding like
Raquel is over it, okay?
Gold and on the main roster. Like, I'm so happy. Anytime I see Roxanne doing what she's doing, like, I'm so proud of her. Because I remember, do you remember Old Face Wrestling?
No.
So it was what's his name? Fuck, I forgot his name. But Old Face Wrestling used to do a podcast with just like indie wrestlers. And he interviewed Rock when she was Roxy. He would be like on his page like Roxy's the next one, da, 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 da. And I was just like, okay, she's at Booker T school, cool. Then I started watching stuff with her. Brian H. Waters familiar with her, and I was just like, oh wow, I can actually see her in WWE. Then she got signed, and she was the Prodigy, and she's been doing shit in NXT, and now she's on the main roster. But like on the main roster, to me, she don't look like the newbie. Like I feel like she looks like she belongs. But
I feel like this also plays into a part because one, we already know how good she is, but two, she was already called up and then went back to NXT.
It was like, and it was just like, psych, go back, okay, come back.
I'm like, huh? And then she's also been in Royal Rumble matches while in NXT. She, you know, so it was just like, all right, well, she's familiar. She's here. But what I do like for Evolution, which is next weekend.
Oh my God, already.
Roxanne Perez and Raquel Rodriguez have to face 3 mysterious tag teams. One from each brand.
That's going to be
Raw,
so
SmackDown, and NXT. I was walking back from the store. What? Because Netflix had Raw on at 6 o'clock, which I think I appreciated because I was able to watch my.
Kind of like that.
I was able to watch my basketball wives.
Because then by 8 o'clock ish, I was like, wow, I could go to bed.
I cooked some dinner. I was watching basketball wives.
Was there a reason?
I don't know,
because Latrice was like, I don't see any reason why I started early. I was like, actually, I don't either, but I'm kind of okay with that.
I'm okay with that.
I'm kind of okay with that.
Like, I had made me some good seafood Alfredo.
Ooh.
Girl, you know I be throwing it in the kitchen.
When you say seafood, because you didn't say shrimp.
I pushed and crab meat. Girl, because you know I be throwing down in the kitchen. Yes,
that actually sounds really good.
So good. But anywho, because I'm hungry, my
because I must be like, what salad? Did you do a salad?
I did not. You know, I haven't done a salad in a while though.
Because you were on a salad kick, maybe that's why.
But I love salads regardless.
That's true.
So I haven't done it in a while though. But back to the matter at hand.
We can talk about food.
We can talk about food all day because I definitely got me a juicer. Anyway, I did. Anyway, it's going to be very exciting to see who they will be facing. Yeah. And then you're gonna have. So right now we have the tag team match, and we have Iyo and Ripley, Iyo and Rhea, and I believe we have a triple threat with Becky, Bayley, and Lyra.
Was that booked?
I believe so.
Oh, okay.
I'm not. That's what I said. I believe so. I'm not too sure.
I feel like they're literally about to.
But yeah, if they didn't, it's going to happen.
Pretty much official.
For the IC title match.
And then just looking on WWE's Instagram, there's a Battle Royal, which we talked about. I used to hate that because I'm just like, but then it does add mad women to the card. So
and
I'm
did
just
you
like,
see the poster?
Yeah. I was going to ask you what you think of the new poster compared to
it.
last year.
What last year?
Not last year, last one. Yeah, the last one.
I like it. You see faces up there that I'm like, okay, Bianca. So Bianca gonna be back because she bent her finger.
She better.
I'm gonna have to.
She could do some rehab.
No, she has been rehabbing
for July. July 13th, please.
So here's her thing. Here's the thing with her finger. If y'all saw the picture, Bianca's finger literally swelled up like this, and it was at the knuckle.
So it's. Okay.
So the knuckle broke. So when you can't bend, you really can't do much. So she's been in rehab.
Poor girl.
Because she's been posting on her social.
So she can't do all the shit that she wants to do.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
So it's at the knuckle. But she has been posting her journey in rehab or whatever to rehab her finger on her social media. So hopefully it does. Yeah, it's healed at this point, or it's like
even if she does, because she doesn't have to wrestle. She can still appear on the show.
But this will be her second Evolution. She's not in,
and that's why I really hope that she could at least listen,
put a splint on it or
something, host. I don't know. You know how they be finding little things.
Yeah, but I want her to wrestle in it because the last time, I keep saying last year, the first time she was there. Oh, the girls from NXT were there or whatever, but they didn't participate.
Yes,
and this time. I still want to see her participate and where, we probably get a square off between her, Jade, and Naomi before something else happens.
Months ago.
Yeah,
when they first
I'm tired of hanging off this cliff. My arms is tired.
Seriously, we were speculating what the main event would be, and we were like the big three. And a lot has happened since then. Money in the Bank, Queen of the Ring, whatever, her injury. So that might not happen, obviously. But I would really love to see Bianca involved somehow, because I remember her like not being involved and being backstage. I remember that because that's when Ember Moon, Sasha, her, and Naomi took that photo backstage, and they were like the representation at that time. Shout out to WWE, because now the amount of black women in WWE now has fucking quadrupled almost. So kudos on that front. But I am sending so many healing prayers to Bianca Belair, because I would love to see her part of Evolution. I think it's funny because since Evolution, she's been like the top girly. So if we're having another women's only event, it's only right if Bianca's involved.
Yeah, you know? and now it also has me thinking like, if we get some women from TNA in this match too, in this event.
Oh, Battle Royal maybe?
Battle Royal. You know, the Iconics are back in. Well, they're not the Iconics. They're the Inspiration in TNA. And they look good.
They do look good.
2 kids apiece do that?
They look great.
Child.
Oh my God. It looks like they haven't skipped a beat. And you know, I have been an Iconics mark since day one.
Yeah.
Also, can we just like... We all TNA under the umbrella. They're the Iconic. Can we like whatever the intellectual can they be the Iconics again? Like, you know,
I mean, I think they want to be the Inspiration.
They're not losing anything being the Inspiration, but like I just like I think I like their characters in Iconic, because I just thought they were just in the Iconics, because I just thought they were like so funny.
They were goofy in a sense, and for me at the time, I was not feeling it. I'm just like, I get it, but at the same time, it's like it was so easy to make fun of.
Yeah.
But yeah, so now we got Nikki Bella on there, so maybe Brie. Brie girl, I need Brie mode, okay?
I honestly would love Brie to be a part
Every time
of
Brie music hits, I like tear up.
Me
I don't know why.
We talk about it all the time. Like it's such a beautiful song. Like I don't mean to be like cheesy, but it's something about it that just like makes you feel good.
Yeah.
And we've been in arenas twice where her music hit and we didn't expect it, and we were just like,
no. You didn't expect one of them. I knew it was coming.
Oh my God.
When she came out and punched The Miz in the face.
That was so good.
I said, hey, Bree's coming. Here you go. No, she's not.
So
no, she's not in here. Bree mode. I told you. We should have bet money. So we would have lost.
I'm looking at the Evolution poster. Are Trish and Nikki the only legends on here so far?
Yeah. Lita's still recovering from that cookie.
Interesting. Oh, from 2 years ago?
From that cookie, yeah.
Oh, okay.
She's still recovering from that.
I'm selling healing energy to you too.
Right, okay. Because at this point, it don't make no sense how you not back yet, girl. You got lick backs on Becky and Trish. Yep. Like, stop playing.
I do love this poster, though. Like, just the growth of the women's division. And like, you know, we talk about, you know, how when we started Evolution, what inspired the podcast. And now it's almost like the women are here. You know, like even this event is like, I feel like late because the women are here. Mm-hmm. They're doing it. They're killing it. They have the opportunities. It's growing. It's, you know, I always think things could be more diverse, but it, you know, we're getting somewhere there as well. But I can't wait to see how the rest of the card fills out.
Same. And they got Bianca front and center.
They definitely do. And my girl Naomi, I've been loving her new renders. She just looks like she's having so much fun. But WWE, I'm going to need y'all to drop that custom. If y'all fucking flop on a custom briefcase like y'all did a Glow title when she was champion, feeling the glow, I'm going to be
she had
very
a Glow
upset.
Title.
Not an official one. Like, we couldn't buy it in the WWE shop.
Oh, I thought you meant like her having one, because she definitely remember Total Diva. She did it herself. And she almost got in trouble.
Exactly. So, but why y'all wasn't selling them?
I don't know, but I do want to caution briefcase.
Thank you. Y'all should have been selling Glow titles. Y'all would have fucking made $1 million on those. And if we don't get a custom briefcase, like I'm literally waiting, like patiently waiting, because I wanted a Tiffany Stratton one because I just thought that was just so cute with the shoulder strap. It's pink. Oh my God, I love it. Y'all need to do the same thing for my girl. Yeah, and Naomi, maybe you need to make one. Maybe you need to make it yourself.
Yeah, girl, I agree. I'll buy it.
Sell it on a black market.
Not on the black market.
Because then all the cash go to her.
Girl.
I didn't say that. I'm just saying I will buy it from you, Naomi, by any means necessary. I like the caution gear and stuff.
All right, PRX. The wink. Okay. Let's reel it back in. Reel it back in. So, can I pivot real fast? Because this is something that's been bothering me all day. Mm-hmm. And it's not wrestling related, unfortunately, but big news did drop today. And I feel like people are cheering for the fact that Diddy was found not guilty on 3 of the biggest charges out of the 5. And it's like, you guys are cheering for something like roll this.
My eyes hard enough.
Right. Like, you guys are cheering for something like this when y'all don't, them women sat up there and had to explain what they endured. Cassie was in an abusive relationship. Sexually, mentally, emotionally, financially, physically, whatever it was, all of the above. It was all of the things. And she sat there and had to relive the fact that she was abused in so many ways. Contracting sexually transmitted diseases. We all saw that video. And y'all gonna sit here and cheer for the fact that he only got found guilty of 2 charges of the Mann Act, which has a maximum sentence of 10 years each. Now, my thing is that imagine if that was your mama, your grandmama, your daughter, your stepdaughter, your sister, your favorite cousin, your favorite auntie that give you the money all the time. Like, imagine your home. Like, imagine if that's what something had to go through. Would y'all believe them? Because this is really giving, like, y'all not believing people. Y'all not believing women.
Right. And that's what's so unfortunate about the court system and why a lot of people don't trust the system and they handle matters in their own hands is because the evidence for those particular charges they felt like weren't proven legally. But we could all agree that Diddy is a fucking shitty human being and deserves to be behind bars. It just sucks that when you get into like the nitty gritty of like laws and shit like that the jury feel like, oh, well, I don't really feel like that was proven. So like not guilty, not thinking about all the lives that were affected, like women. I think about like the people that worked for him, the shit that they endured, like, and now he could walk out of court tomorrow.
Oh no,
like,
he got denied.
Oh,
Judge denies Diddy's immediate release from custody.
Good. Because that was the biggest thing. Like my job, we were like sending paparazzi to the court because we're just like, he could fucking walk out today.
Nope, he got denied.
Which I'm really glad. But just seeing like that was just like so disturbing.
It's
like people were pouring baby oil
outside
on themselves outside of the courtroom.
Disgusting.
And there's people that on Facebook and I'm sure they probably listen to our podcast. I had to like unfollow because they were so gun-ho about Diddy's innocence and like, well, they lucky that they was in Diddy's presence and that kind of attitude. And I was just like, ooh.
So that goes to that. So that basically what you're saying, if you was in Diddy's presence, he told you to drop your drawers and bend over backwards so he could stick it in you, do it. That's basically what y'all saying.
That's honestly what
you're saying. What baby oil or not, you're going to do it because you're in Diddy's presence.
1,000%.
You're going to have your manhood violated just because you're in Diddy's presence, but you're gonna get an STD out of it, curable or non-curable. Like, please let me know where the double standard is. Like, please let me know, because if you're saying a woman can go through it and endure it, then you can go through and endure it too. Because y'all like to nut hug. Clearly, y'all nut hugging really, really bad on this.
And what sucks too is how many people that testified or helped with the case now feel like their lives are in danger because if Diddy does come out, they do feel like he's going to retaliate. Also, Diddy, if you are dumb enough to retaliate, if you are actually able to touch the ground as a free man and you use that time and energy to like retaliate, that's the dumbest. Like, bro, just fucking go.
You better do what Russell Simmons did, go to Bali.
Exactly.
Go away.
Go do what you got to do. I know you got a little bit of money. Just live your own, like, don't go there. Like, Cassie put out, a lawyer put out a statement, like, basically, like, a lot of people are now afraid for their lives because there's a reason why he was charged for a RICO. Like, he has guns. He is dangerous. He has threatened people. He has coerced people to do the most wildest shit that you could ever fucking imagine. You know, and it's unfortunate that like the case wasn't proven, But can we all agree, like, he deserves to be in jail for the rest of his fucking life?
Everybody has to face their actions of their consequences one way or another.
It's so sad.
But
because for us, real quick, like, I can't help but, like, because I was just like, how does this relate back to wrestling, like Vince McMahon, where these rich people that live in their own orbit, like, be freaky.
And Diddy was on an episode of think Monday Night Raw, and he said something, and it didn't age well. Didn't age well at all.
Not at all. But my thing is, like, have your freaky little sex parties. That's fine.
That's fine.
I'm sure you can get people that will participate willingly.
Now, you don't have to force them.
There is no reason for you to be, like, drugging people, taking advantage of people, forcing people to do things, drugging, like, putting drugs in, like, baby, like that. Why you have to take it that far? Like, I'm pretty sure, Diddy, if you wanted to have some freak offs after one of your parties, I'm pretty sure you would have willing participants.
Right, you definitely
There's no
would.
reason for you to take it to the level that you took it.
People have to understand that no is a complete sentence.
I'm sorry?
No is a complete sentence.
Right, period.
Like, people have to understand that.
Period.
Like, if the answer is no, the answer is no.
Period.
And, like, this is why I can't fathom what Cassie is going through. Y'all had her on that stand 8 to 9 months pregnant, giving her story, having to relive it with her husband in the damn courtroom. But what I would like to say on behalf of both P and I, the path of those wrestling girls, is that we stand with you, Cassie.
1,000%.
We definitely stand with all the women, even the men who were victimized, because men are victims too.
They were, yep.
And we're gonna keep praying for you guys. We're gonna keep praying for your mental health and for your families. And for those who support Diddy, glad to know where you stand.
Yeah. Honestly,
glad to know where you stand.
Because we can, it's very unfortunate, like, for Krista B and I, because, we're millennials, and a lot of our, heroes have kind of turned out to be really shitty and weirdos. And, like, we've had to kind of reconcile with that. Like, it's not easy. Like, working with a British company, them not understanding the significance of what Diddy meant to our culture at one point, and me having to explain, like, he was someone we aspired to be like. Like, we grew up wanting to make Diddy money, wanting to floss. And, I half grew up in Harlem. So everything was about what we doing to be like Puff. You know what I'm saying? So, like, to see someone that you kind of looked up to all these years end up being a shitty human. Vince, we knew he was shitty. We knew he wasn't probably a good person.
He wasn't wrapped too tight.
Right. But, like, to hear that, Bill Cosby, even, like, Kanye, like, they try to get my boy Hove, but his lawyers did what they had to do.
Okay, because
his lawyers did what they had to do.
We don't play. We don't play. He wasn't playing.
He wasn't playing with that. But it's very disheartening when we're learning slowly but surely the people that we've grown up idolizing are now, like, capable of doing the things that they're capable of. It sucks.
It sucks ass.
It really. And then we work in media, so, like, Crystal was probably writing about Diddy all day long.
2 stories.
Oh, okay.
And I was like, you know what? I'm done. I don't know what my last story was, but it wasn't a Diddy story. It wasn't a Cassie story.
It's a lot.
I try to really disassociate from it, because when big things like this happen, like Shannon Sharp ad nauseum, which I told him.
Oh.
Well, it wasn't really Shannon Sharp, it was Cat Williams, but ad nauseum. R. Kelly ad nauseum. Bill Cosby ad nauseum. It's just
the new
so
Tyler
much.
Perry shit too.
Oh, that didn't go nowhere too bad. Like, it was bad, but it wasn't ad nauseum. Like,
yeah, that's true.
Like how, like, this is. So literally, I was like, it's gonna be a long day. This is the part that I hate about entertainment and media, because there's no rest for the weary in these instances. But the verdicts came. He's not getting out, and it's unfortunate because, like you said, like, I was just listening to "Warning" by B.I.G. coming here.
So much music.
Diddy musically can't take anything from him.
No, and there's so many artists.
And I feel like that's why people are so behind him, because he's a musical genius. His music,
it could be that,
right? Has nothing to do with what he's done as a person, as Sean Combs, as Sean whoever. So you can still have the music, or whatever have you. And I know a lot of people go, but what about R. Kelly? R. Kelly is different.
Yes,
because
don't ask me why. I don't know.
Here's why. Here's why. everything R. Kelly sang about, he did with them teenage girls.
Pretty gross.
He literally told on himself. He calls himself the Pied Piper. If you knew who the Pied Piper was, going back to nursery rhymes, it was a little boy or a grown man playing a flute, hypnotizing children to follow him. Like, do your research. R. Kelly is completely different when it comes down to his crimes compared to Diddy crimes. Are they all wrong? Yeah. Abso-fucking-lutely. Do I agree with everything that they've done? No. But when you put it in songs and you're telling on yourself, and we're over here jamming to these songs because we're not realizing that you're really telling on yourself, then that's where we have an issue. It is a different situation between R. Kelly and P. Diddy. Period. Now, they work together. We don't know. R. Kelly, we don't know how far back these freak offs go. R. Kelly could have had his own thing in there, too.
The other thing, too, is, like, a lot of these people go way back. Like, when people kept suing Diddy, I was just like, I'm not surprised. He's been in the industry for 30 years. Of course he's going to have people coming out the woodwork. But I don't want to run out of time and not talk about JobberSlam.
Oh, yeah, no. We done with that. Cassie and a victim, all the other victims, our prayers are with you guys. I just had to pivot on that because it popped up. Somebody that I know on my Instagram is about to get blocked is having a P. Diddy free party. And I don't got time for that. It just pisses me off. So, yeah, you're about to get blocked as soon as I find your stuff because I don't support that. Anywho, back to wrestling.
JobberSlam?
JobberSlam was cool. It was really, really fun. Of course, you know Savannah Evans don't fuck up the money.
No.
So, never. She won. I had to catch her in the back like, girl, you never fuck up the money. It was really good. What I really enjoyed most about JobberSlam this year was the fact that Sir Wilkins got his lick back on Darius Carter. When I tell you, so it was like a battle royale or some type of a match at the end, some type of a tournament match at the end. Darius Carter already just had his match, and he won. Of course, it was for the Ashe Men's Championship, and so when they did it again, he had to come out, and I don't know if I was over there. No, I was over there trying to record somebody to come out, and I came back to my seat, and then in the nick of time, I feel like as soon as I sat down, Wilkins hit that man with that chair across his back. I said, hey.
Yay.
I said, hey, next time, can you give us a warning? Like some type of a something.
So I can have my phone
you know,
ready.
You're supposed to be recording my batteries be dying and whatnot.
I need to know.
But yeah, so now I know that there's going to be a continuation between these two because.
Love that for them.
Lick back Wilkins. That's what I was going to put him at my phone as. Sir, lick back Wilkins. Because, and shout out to Wilkins too, he got recognized.
I saw, I want to say Muscle and Fitness.
Yes, he got recognized. Muscle and something.
Good for you,
Good for you, Wilkins. We are so proud of you. Make sure y'all always go support Jobberteers down at Legends for their viewing parties. But yeah, definitely so proud of you. Get your friend. Why is your friend in my text messages acting a fool?
Which friend?
Who else? The love of my life.
Oh,
anyway, acting a fool. But yeah, so congratulations to Wilkins. JobberSlam was very, very good. I'm glad I was there. I was hanging out with Dre. I was hanging out with, both Dre's actually. I was hanging out with a lot of the wrestling crew. It did feel a little bit weird that it was so early in the year.
Like in June.
But it was still fun. I got me some wine. Got my Stella, but I had blueberry this time. And instead of the regular.
That sounds good.
Girl, this is why we need to be, you know what? I'm going to say this.
I should have been there.
I'm going to say this 10 toes down. Fuck the Dream Team group chat. Because every time I say let's get together or do something.
We're supposed to get together.
Right. We can never stand on that. So I'm standing on that until we fix it.
We gotta we have to. Because I feel like this is the first JobberSlam where like the majority
I was the only one there.
Of us were not there. Because last year I feel like we all were there except for Pablo and Christina. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
No, Justin wasn't there, I don't think.
No, he was. Remember he came up?
I don't remember. Maybe.
You do. I'm gonna show you a picture and you'll be like, oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Listen, no, my motto, if it's not on video or captured in a photo, it didn't happen. It didn't happen. But yes, how was Ashe?
It was really, really fun. Really fun. And it's so interesting because It was
Justin
one of
was
those.
there.
He was there. Remember, kid? We was like, "Ooh, you getting?"
And we kept going back. We kept going back and forth to Blossom to get them drinks.
Shout out to Blossom.
Shout out to Blossom. Okay, because I don't lie.
So good.
I don't lie.
The food, the drinks, everything was so,
I don't
so
lie.
good.
Shout out to Blossom.
Shout out to Blossoms. We gotta go back there.
I was about to say we should do something with them
should,
there.
yeah, like even if the Dream Team group chat, like we could go there again for like dinner and stuff because their drinks and their food.
And they got
really,
new.
really
They got
good.
new food.
Really?
Girl, they got new. I ain't been back since, but I've been seeing. If you follow their Instagram,
I do.
Girl,
oh my god,
girl.
All right,
I'm hungry now.
I need to tap into that.
Yeah, I'm hungry
for sure. Ashe was fun. I wasn't gonna be able to go originally.
Yeah.
But then, you know, family shit. I was just like, I don't want to drive all the way to South Carolina. So we were already in Charlotte.
I thought y'all was supposed to be in North Carolina.
No, so my family's in Charlotte. My extended family, or my other side of family, I should say, was having something in South Carolina, and we all were gonna drive there. And then it just was like, you know what? I'm just gonna stay in Charlotte. Then my nephews were all together, and they was like, we don't want to go to Charlotte, Auntie. And I was just like, okay, well, we're going to wrestling then. Period. And they were excited. So we went to Ashe. It was a lot of fun. Got to see the usuals, Fam, Mrs. Fam, Lovely.
I didn't know they was gonna be out there.
Littlefoot. Yeah, they like flew out for like a day. It was really, really fun. That was the first time they had it at that spot. It was really, really fun. Really good show. Very like well produced. It gives me the same vibes as like Hog. Where it don't feel like indie, like it feels like it's like on a whole nother like a little bit more of another level. Savannah Evans made a pop-up appearance.
She does not up them. So
she don't.
I was actually watching it later, and I had to cover Rock the Bells.
I heard that concert was dope.
That shit was so lit.
My brother-in-law went, and he said the best thing about it was that it started on time.
It did, because everybody was old.
That's what I said. I said, that's because everybody on that car was like, I'm trying to get
Everybody
home.
is old,
But yeah, he said it was one of the best.
Yo, when I tell you, me and my best friend Keyshawn, shout out to Shauna.
Hi, Keyshawn.
Took a picture with Michael Bivens because he was right in our section.
Oh, nice.
Took a picture. So now I got 3 out of the 6 members in New Edition.
Oh, I love that for you.
Bobby Brown.
Bobby.
He was the first one. Then Ronnie at WBLS 50. I said, hey, Ronnie, can I get a picture with you real quick?
That photo.
And now I got Michael Bivens.
Nice.
Okay?
I think he's one of the mains for me.
Yo, when I say Rock the Bells was so lit, like beginning to end, so lit. They did a Uptown Records tribute.
Dope.
Andre Harrell and to Andre Harrell and
shout out to the old heads, like, cause my brother-in-law was like, my like life is given right now.
Yo,
and I was like, I love that for you.
First, how about P? State Property.
Stop.
On the stage.
Stop.
All of them.
I'm about to see them soon.
All of them. Petey Crack, Chris and Neve, Beanie Siegel,
I love
Freeway.
Chris and Neve.
All of them was up there. Capone and Noriega.
Nice.
First of all, they had a 20-minute set. I didn't know they had that many songs. But I went to the bathroom and I came back. They brought out Memphis Bleak, and they was performing. He was performing my favorite song.
I love Memphis Bleak.
Yo, when I tell you,
Bleak.
I was fighting
through
the curtains.
Do you remember me from when I met you at 106 in Park?
He's gonna say, yeah, of course. Remy Ma killed it. She brought out Connie Diamond.
Nice.
LL Cool J performed Rock the Bells because Petey Crack, I mean, not Petey Crack, he talking about me. Okay, keep talking about me, Petey Crack. Kid Capri was keeping the crowd going. And L was like, hold on, wait, stop it. We're going to do that in real time. Because he started playing Rock the Bells, the song. And it only made sense for you to perform Rock the Bells at Rock the Bells because it's your shit. So that was lit. That was dope. Soul For Real, Donnell Jones.
I love Soul For Real.
Horace Brown, Monifa.
I love Monifa. Monifa, I love you. She goes to my church in Harlem. And every time I see her, I'm like always like so like, oh my God. I
Girl,
love
at this point, we would have been friends.
I love you so much. She's really nice too.
It was such a good, it is like watching them, especially the singers of the 90s. Christopher Williams, I'll be sure.
We don't hear good vocalists no more. So when you go to a concert like that and they're actually performing
their mics was on,
and have their mics fucking on, it's shocking almost. Yeah. You're like, oh my God, they're so good. It's like, no, that's how
they
should
are.
Be.
Yeah, like ain't no auto-tune, ain't none of that. But so yeah, I was watching, I had to go to cover Rock the Bells. The recap is coming out soon on Unapologetically Eclectic, so stay tuned for that. And then when I came home, I started watching Ashe, and I was like, give me Chris Lee and Big Swole on ringside announcing anytime.
They are so fucking good.
Because the fact that Big Swole gonna sit here and call that man Pee Wee from freaking Bebe's Kids took me out. I didn't get to finish watching it because it was like 1 o'clock in the morning. Again, I'm old, so who am I? Why am I playing myself? But from the recaps that I did see, I'm so proud of everybody who's been a part of that. I'm so proud of everybody who continues to go out to support that.
Very proud moment. You could tell everyone put so much work in to put it on, and you could just feel it. It was honestly one of the best wrestling show. Like I was gonna say indie, but like I said, it doesn't feel like
it doesn't feel indie.
It doesn't feel indie to me, and I mean that in the best way. Like it just feels so well done. Everything is well done. The live stream was well done.
Yeah.
They had screens. They had 2 different screens. One was playing it in real time. One was the YouTube feed, so it was a little behind. But you can tell like how well done that it was being shot. The matches were good. The matches were hard hitting. My favorite match of the night was Bam Bam and Faye Jackson because
I have to watch that.
I was
match.
at the Black Girl Magic show a couple years ago when Faye and Bam Bam faced off, and Faye was like, "I will come out of retirement to face you,"
and did,
and it ended up happening, and it was good. And Jazz was the special guest referee. So
Don't
that was
spoil
really
it.
cool.
I didn't see it.
Oh, okay. I won't say anything else,
okay.
but Jazz was the guest referee. And I gotta say, Jazz, I love you.
We love you, girl.
She is one of the most realist, authentic, genuine people. I'm not even gonna say wrestler. She's one of the most genuine. Like, she's just so real.
Right. And
like,
she remembers you. Like,
she does.
She doesn't like, it'd be like, oh my God, I've seen you. Like, literally, she'll see it. She saw us in Vegas. She's like, Krista, quick, come here.
Yep.
Let's take a picture.
Same
remembers, like, she
Charlotte.
keeps the energy. She keeps the energy. She remembers you.
She absolutely does. And she cares about what she's doing. Mm-hmm. And it's just such a joy, too, because, like, she's somebody, like, we've talked about her before, and we've had her on the show before, and it's like, she's getting her flowers, but I just always feel like it's not enough. Yeah. Like, I just feel like there's so much more we could do for her because of how much she gives back. But I would go back and watch that match just because it's just a lot of twerking involved. There's a lot of
because Brian H. Waters somewhat spoiled it for me on Twitter, but I'm gonna forgive you for that one because it's Twitter, whatever.
It was fun.
But yeah,
it was a lot of fun. Shout out to Gerard for shouting us out.
Why did you record that part?
I didn't know he was gonna shout us out. We were on because they had like an outside area as well where you in a screen so you could watch it from like outside. So I was like, oh, let's get some air. And then Gerard was like, yeah. And then Brian H. Waters, I was like, I think he just said your name, and he was like, and he said my government. It's okay. He put full first last name. I was like, this ain't Facebook. But thank you so much for the shout out, and he does very well. And then the ring announcer, I didn't catch her name, but I was able to tell her she did such a good job.
Yo, she's really
like,
good.
Like some people just have the voice for it. She had the voice for it. Like I was just like, wow, she's really good at that. Like you should keep doing this. Like go to other independent promotions and like do this because you're really good at it. And like everyone involved, I think just did such a good job. I didn't get to hear Swollen commentary.
When you go back and watch
everybody on Twitter was like, they like everything you said. Like and also Swole is a girl. You are hilarious.
Swole is a comedian.
You are a one of a kind person, and I love you so much. Yes. And you're so funny. Also, just somebody that keeps the same energy. Cedric.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Cedric Alexander.
Cedric and P became best friends.
Mm-hmm, I saw him in Charlotte. I was like, hey, and he literally was like, oh my God, hi. I was like, yeah, like it was really nice. And the funny thing about that is, I had sent my family in a group chat the poster for Ashe. I was like, oh, by the way, I'm taking the boys to this. And my older sister who doesn't watch wrestling was like, wait, I recognize him. And he was like, he's one of them is in WWE. I was like, oh, Cedric Alexander. And she was like, okay, I thought so. We're at the show. My nephew was like, Auntie B, is that Cedric Alexander? And I was like, yes. They were locked in. And that's why just because somebody isn't a top guy in WWE or whatever you want to call it, or they get released, that does not mean that they did not make an impact on wrestling fans. The fact that my nephews fucking geeked out to see Cedric Alexander wrestle live meant so much to me. Also, watching Cedric wrestle live in this environment, I don't think I've seen anyone more like at home.
Yeah.
Like when Cedric Alexander is wrestling, like you could tell like that is just like purely, and we learned like with our interview with Swole, like you could tell like
this is what
that's
he loves.
what he loved. Like that is, if he could do that, clock in 8 to 5 or whatever the fuck and wrestle all day, every day, I think he would do it.
I'm sure.
And it's so fun to watch. Like, it's just like, and I can imagine like the freedom some of like the release superstars feel, like being able to like kind of just do them.
Mm-hmm.
I think is really dope too. So all in all, great show. Obviously you were missing, like it did very much feel weird with like not having you there.
I was supposed to road trip it down there for one of my besties' birthday, but you know, I mean,
we gotta go to Charlotte again.
Facts,
because you gotta come be with the fam.
We still had a good time for her birthday weekend. Went out to eat. We did an escape room that looked like something out of Pretty Little Liars. We went,
but in a fun way, right?
Girl, as soon as you got off the elevator, the lights is flickering. I said, "What is this?"
Ooh.
And then in the hallway, like the phone rings, so you have to answer the phone for them to be like, "Does anybody have to use the bathroom before you go?" Or child, I tell you,
I've always wanted to do an escape room, but
it's fun.
I'm like claustrophobic, so I'm always afraid of feeling trapped. So I'm always just like, is that something for me, or am I gonna ruin?
I mean, it's a big enough space, but I know it's the idea. Like, say like, this is an escape room right here.
Leave, like if I feel like I can't leave at any point in time, I'm like, I get like panicky.
Oh nah.
So I'm like, I'm always like, I don't know if these are for me, and then I'm also competitive, so I'm just like, why y'all not figuring out the clues? I'm trying to get out of here. But I would like to experience it though.
It's fun
because how you're describing it sounds really
it's fun. I think that's the second one I've ever done.
Okay,
this one was better than the first one I've done, but it's definitely fun.
Nice.
It's definitely fun,
and it's different.
So there's a lot of more wrestling coming up. We have Evolution on the 13th. We have TNA Slammiversary on the 20th, which is at UBS Arena. And let me talk to the Hardy Boys real quick before we done, because ain't no way y'all gonna come to New York City, be on the Subway Series thing, and then not in Times Square. Y'all even was at the competitor radio station. Are you crazy?
Ooh, they definitely was at the Breakfast Club.
Are y'all Jeff, I thought we had a little bit of a connection when we met at Wale Mania.
Yeah,
I was vouching for you to be at the cookout.
Wait, what is happening here?
I was vouching for you to be at the cookout, Jeff.
You still invited to the cookout, but
now you can't get it to go home plate.
We were just like, like you have to be punished somewhat, because like, how do you not let us, the Hardy Boy, like let us know that you're gonna be in like New York City?
That's crazy.
You know what's up? I could have been on that train,
right? I mean, I would have recorded because I ain't taking no bumps. I'm from Brooklyn. I'm gonna hit you back. Subway Mania is really cool.
Yeah. So seeing that they're growing to the point where like they're actually getting wrestlers to be a part of shit is fun.
Just I remember them for
like years. Yes.
I just want to know next time, like what subway y'all gonna be on? Like invite those wrestling girls. Let me slap a hoe.
I be on the subway sometimes. Like
I don't, but still, like it's not the point. It's not the point.
That was cool to see.
That was really dope to see. So yeah, Slammiversary is coming up. I think we should go. We should figure it out.
Long Island?
Yeah. Oh yeah. The 20th. We'll figure it out.
That sounds cute.
Yeah, it sounds real cute. Please make sure you continue to follow us on all social media platforms. Please make sure that you are tuned in to what we have planned. Tune in for special episodes. Subscribe to our Patreon. Subscribe to us everywhere. You already know where you can follow Queen PR and I, so we're not going to repeat that. But this was a fun episode. We're back. And on that note, it's your girl, Krista B.
And Queen PR.
And we're out of here until next time.
Bye.
Bye.
Queen PR, Krista B. Those wrestling girls, TWG. Black excellence, making it effortless. Podcast bringing up women and wrestling. Let's go.